Before we go any further, just want to say today's video is going to be brought to you by Fandomion. If you want to buy some really awesome anime merch from My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, and Haiku, and so many other anime, I recommend using my link in the description box to check them out. And there's free worldwide shipping on orders over $39. You'll also get an additional 5% off using my promo code down below. For any of you guys who might be interested or on the fence, I highly recommend checking out their website. Pay attention to the size chart. That'd be the biggest thing I would tell you guys. But with that being said, though, let's jump back into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generation discussion on the fallout from Boruto Chapter 80. And today we got a major topic that we need to discuss now that Sasuke and Boruto have officially become rogue ninjas and have gone missing during Boruto's time skip. We saw in Chapter 79 the fact that Boruto was now being hunted and Konoha had Ada at their side, which meant Boruto seemingly had no place to hide. However, in Chapter 80, we now know that Ada has an understanding with Boruto that while he's in hiding due to the guilt she feels from ruining Boruto's life, as long as Boruto doesn't return to Konoha, Ada will not use her senrigan to track Boruto and Sasuke while they're on the run, even when someone like Kawaki demands her to do so, and the same when Shikamaru asks her to do so. However, while that might be fine in the short term, you still run into the issue of Sasuke and Boruto needing someplace to hide out while they're running from the Anbu Black Ops who are hunting down Boruto, and given the whole continent thinks that Boruto killed Naruto and that Sasuke is aiding him, their faces will soon be in the bingo books across the 5 great nations, which brings us to the topic of today's video, where we're going to discuss Boruto and Sasuke's last options while hiding from the Anbu Black Ops and what these locations can do in terms of Sasuke training Boruto to level him up, not just in terms of combat, but most importantly in terms of helping Boruto's character growth. So now that we know that Ada won't be giving Konoha any intel on Boruto and Sasuke's location, it now becomes a lot easier to try and figure out where they're likely going to be hiding during the Boruto time skip. While I personally think that they'll just be roaming around location to location, it's still worth looking at the different places they could go. After looking back through the Naruto lore, I found 3 locations in particular that are closely connected to Sasuke that make the most sense for them to go into hiding at during various points during the time skip that won't trigger Konoha's alarms or even be places that Konoha might think to access. First, we have the Soraku, better known as the Skyward. It's an abandoned city deep within the wasteland section of the mountains that the Uchiha clan used to store their weapons and supplies. This is one of the few locations that the Uchiha clan kept strictly for their clan themselves, similar to how the underground hall of the Uchiha shrine, even if someone knows there's a meeting place there, only the secret hand seals weaved by an Uchiha can access that underground location. Getting back to the Soraku, this location is one that we've seen in Naruto's manga way back in the Itachi Pursuit art, so that would be in the mid 300s of Naruto's manga. The section that the Uchiha clan use is hidden through a complex maze of hidden passages designed to keep anyone who isn't being guided by an Uchiha or the attendants who serve the Uchiha from finding their way, with the attendants being those ninja cats. Sasuke could take advantage of that extra layer of protection to hide and train Boruto in that location. The only issue that might be of some concern is that Nikoba, the granny cat, is the grandmother to Tamaki, who is the girlfriend of Kiba. However, given that Tamaki currently lives in Konoha with Kiba in the village and she isn't a Konoha shinobi, there's a strong chance that Tamaki isn't even involved in this hunt for Sasuke. Given the entire ward has connections to the Uchiha clan, even choosing not to go to the section where Granny Cat lives, it's still possible. However, that might also require Sasuke to do a bit of house cleaning, since 2.5 years after the 4th Ninja War ended, when Naruto and Hinata were getting married, during the events of the Konoha Hida novel, A Beautiful Day for a Wedding, there were people who operated a black market selling illegal items banned from the 5 nations operating in that area, but for Sasuke it might be an option to just hide in plain sight and not bother the criminals who are there. The second location is the remains of the Lucia Hideout, which in the manga was destroyed during Sasuke's battle with Itachi when Sasuke unleashed Kirin, and whatever remained was destroyed when Itachi fought Orochimaru shortly afterwards. While the hideout itself was destroyed, the idea of going to a hard to reach location to hide there makes sense, and the surrounding area makes for a good place of training, and Sasuke knows that area well enough to hide during various points during the time skip while training Boruto. While members of the Itachi pursuit team did find their way to that location, one has to wonder if they even think to look in that location for Sasuke, especially since it's been destroyed, and even if they do, do? Would they even remember how to reach it after only going there one time? Going here would also be a good moment to have Boruto learn about the truth of why Sasuke left Konoha in the past. The site of where Sasuke fought his brother to a death match would be definitely a good location narratively to have that conversation, especially since Sasuke heard Boruto say that his battle with Kawaki would be a battle of brothers. Sasuke knows what it's like to fight a literal brother and a figurative brother, which in Boruto's case, he is in a way both. Naruto adopted Kawaki into the Uzumaki family. He's as much as Boruto's literal brother as anyone else. The only issue is that he doesn't share the blood, but again, he's a part of the family. However, the bond that those two formed is also a strong bond that allows for Sasuke to make that connection back to himself in Naruto. The third location is another one that Sasuke knows all too well, and it just happens to be a well-hidden location that can be used, which is the hideout used by Madara and Obito. The location was only found by Anko and her team because Kabuto purposely left them a trail of dead bodies in order to find it. Hidden between the hidden waterfall village and the sound village, it's a pretty good location to hide out at. Like the last location, it narratively offers Boruto a chance to learn more of Sasuke's story during the time skip, something that Sasuke has kept hidden from Boruto. Boruto isn't the spoiled brat that he used to be, nor is he naive to the world to the point where he can't handle the truth now. He's gone through enough to be able to digest this information and handle the truth that the mentor that he looks up to is so much far from perfect and has a dark past, and he's not exactly who Boruto thinks he is. It's a disservice to Boruto's character if he only has blind adoration for Sasuke and knows nothing about his past and why he's on a lifetime probation at the discretion of the Hokage and how all those things led to him becoming a Shadow Hokage. While we know from Naruto's manga that Sasuke did a little damage to a portion of the hideout, sending a Susanoo arrow through White Zetsu that was watching him before he sliced a hole in the ceiling to escape from the surface, we also know that there are many parts to the hideout. Part of the reason why Madara chose that location is because it had hidden underground passages that connected to several countries, making it a good place to hide and making it a good place to access other parts of the world, which it would be ironic if Sasuke, another reincarnated Indra, hid in the same place that Madara did. There were more hiding places in the mountain graveyard than just Obito's lab and the section where Zetsu's army was being created. There were others hidden behind walls that can only be accessed via hand seals. Even in Boruto's anime, we saw another section of the mountain graveyard where we learned that part of it actually housed the Otsutsuki clan's ruins, where Sasuke bodied that group of 12 mutated white Zetsu off screen before Team 7 could arrive. While there is a small mining town nearby, that is still one place that no one would likely think to look for Boruto and Sasuke at. I've seen people bring up Orochimaru's half-dozen hideouts, but there runs the issue of those labs are under surveillance by Konoha. It's not just the main hideout where Orochimaru and Taka are at, where Yamato keeps watch over Orochimaru. Yamato, before anything else, is a Konoha shinobi. Even if Orochimaru is down to help Sasuke, it remains doubtful that Yamato overlooks this. Sure, Sasuke could always genjutsu Yamato and the others, but unless he's doing genjutsu more than once, it doesn't really make sense to just hide there. We know Sasuke's genjutsu is strong enough to erase memories that don't get unlocked two decades later, but if he genjutsu Yamato and the Anbu to forget Sasuke and Boruto are there, only to have them be seen yet again, it'd be a waste because you have to do it all over again. I personally love it if we saw Sasuke pull up with Boruto to visit Orochimaru. It'd be one amazing training arc for Boruto, learning from a guy who was hailed as part of the trio that as a collective could rival the collective power of the 5 Kage, a guy who was considered to be a 4th Hokage candidate, and a guy who killed 2 Kage and flat out spooked the 4th Bride Kage into training in order to grow stronger. It'd be very fitting to see Boruto train under someone like Orochimaru and Sasuke. That being said, I'm not sure how that would work out in a reasonable way. However, one thing I do think many of us can agree upon is that now that Ada won't be assisting in hunting Boruto down, as long as he doesn't return to the village, they have more options on where they can travel to. While it's more likely they just pull a Jiraiya and they keep moving from location to location, training where they find a temporary peace and quiet, I still think it'd be a fun discussion to look at the places that are closely associated with Sasuke that are outside the Hidden Leaf Village. I didn't say something like the Ryuchi Cave because Sasuke has never been there. He has no connection to it outside of his snake summoning, but we've never actually seen Sasuke there, so I didn't include it. However, I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts on this. While you think that over, click here to watch the Boruto Chapter 80 review.